microphone's kind of high. I'm really short. So, hi, my name's Kaylynn. I'm from Montezuma Cortez High School, and I did my internship in marine biology in Tybee Island, Georgia. So, I worked at the Tybee Island Marine Science Center. So, we offer programs such as Sea Camp. We offer general admission where people can come in and greet our workers. We also do other things like we work with sea turtle nesting and protecting our wildlife out there. We do a lot of conservation. So this summer I mostly worked with Sea Camp. So each week we had a different group of kids come in. So we had ages 6 through 9 and 9 through 11. So for Mondays, we're Invertebrate Day. So on Mondays, we taught them about invertebrates and how invertebrates don't have backbones, and lots of fun things about invertebrates. For activities, we went and gathered snails and crustaceans, and we showed them on a little camera. You can see it up there. We also did scavenger hunts, and we looked in our jetties, which are a long line of rocks, and we looked for a bunch of different invertebrates. Our older kids got to do a squid dissection, so they got to learn about the ink sac and pull them apart. And we also offer touch tanks, which the little photo in the bottom corner is our touch tanks, where you can come and touch some hermit crabs. On Tuesday, we do Endangered Species Day, where we talk about sea turtles and whales. We have a right whale exhibit. So they learn lots of things like that dolphins are considered whales, and where we were able to do activities. They got to see us feed one of our sea turtles and learned lots of fun things. They learned how to identify different sea turtles and what to do if you see a sea turtle. On Wednesday, we do Fact Over Fear Day, where we learn about jellyfish and sharks. We learn that sharks and jellyfish are not as scary as they seem. Actually, most jellyfish don't sting that hard and they don't hurt. Also, you're more likely to get attacked by a vending machine than you are a shark. Fun fact. We also taught them how to stay safe in the ocean because there are lots of dangers that people don't know about out there. For activities, we hunted for shark teeth, and I got my very own shark tooth that I got to take home with me. Thursday was my personal favorite day. We got to go on a dolphin tour. I love dolphins. So there's a dolphin tour on the island, Captain Derek's Dolphin Tours, and we were able to take the kids out on the boat, and they were able to learn about the island and about the dolphins and watch them jump and swim around. For our final day on Fridays, we did Marsh Day, where we would take a trek out to the marsh, and we would get very muddy. And so the kids would put on their mud boots, and we would go gather crabs, and we would learn how to handle wildlife and what to do if you're stuck in the mud. So on days that I was not at camp, I was on the gallery. So for gallery days, we would be in certain stations where we would be set up, and we would be responsible for teaching them about the animals we have and about the island and answering any of their questions. So we had different tanks. We have our sea turtle tanks, we have our crab tanks, and we have our white whale exhibit. And so some of the animals we had 2 sea turtles. One is an older one and one is a younger one. We have one upstairs and one downstairs. A couple facts about sea turtles that I learned were that you don't know their genders until they're 30, because 30 years old is when they finally become sexually active. At our center, we do catch and release. So after 3 years, each of our sea turtles will do a public release where we'll send them back into the ocean to go swim with their friends and hang out. So these were some of our other animals. We had crabs, horseshoe crabs, sea stars, pufferfish, jellyfish. We had an alligator from Gator World. So my host family, I lived on Tybee Island. My house was right on the beach. You could walk right out onto the back river, and I was right there. So where I stayed in Tybee was at the top. It's a little barrier island with lots of natural wildlife. So that picture right there is Zelda and Sheldon. We love them. Everyone here should love them. They're amazing. That's who I stayed with. Yeah, everyone knows them. You should. So in my free time, I did a lot of things. I spent my birthday out there, so Zelda and Sheldon took me to get some sushi. I watched the fireworks on 4th of July. I was able to shadow with CASA, which are court-appointed special advocates. and see what they do for a day. I walked the square, and I was able to go on a bee tour. And this dude, Charlie Ellis, he like collects things from the ocean. I got to see his house. I think everything that you might need in the world would be there. And then while Jessica was out there, we were also able to visit the Telefair Museum. So thank you to everyone who supported me.
Oh my gosh, I love it. Not